name is Aliyah Michelle. I actually go by Aliyah Michelle, and I'm from Southwest Philadelphia. I started writing when I was little, probably like 8 or 9, I think. Probably just like little stories and stuff like that, but I just never really shared it with nobody until maybe I got into middle school when one of my best friends, actually, she raps. So I'm like, oh, well, she does this, well, I want to show her my stuff too. So I started showing her like little stuff in here, and then we like bounce ideas off each other. I kind of stopped with music and then just kept on going with writing. I've always been writing, but after a while I just stopped sharing until this year. The difference to me between rap and poetry, rap is like you gotta constantly rhyme, try to come up with, lyrics that people are going to be interested in, because it's like, okay, they might hear a beat or something like that, but you want them to like hear it and be like, all right, I like this song, or I like this part of it. With poetry, it's like everything kind of just flows, and the poetry world is a lot more supportive. Like they'll listen to anything, like, ooh, yes, girl, and just start with this next. So it's a lot different. It's really good. The number one thing I think that motivates me is probably my son. Like, I just want to be able to show him, like, listen, I know it took me a while, but do what you want to do what's going to make you happy, do stuff that, share your talent that God gave you, because, you only get one life to live, so share it, do it. One place that I have performed, where I actually got my start, is a poetry open mic called Just Words. I started going there maybe in like January. That's the first time I ever performed live, so no matter where I go, I just always want to make sure I go back there. Right now, I could probably say about like 12.
And you can remember them?
I can remember 12 right now. But it takes a while, because you would think like, oh, since you wrote it, you could remember it. But a lot of times I won't write everything in one setting. I'll write and just like, oh, or I'll come back to it later, or I might get inspiration for something and start a whole new project. So it's like, it's hard, because then you're like, well, I want to remember this poem, so I gotta like say it over and over. But what I recently started doing is I'll actually record myself and then just listen to it. Like, you'll listen to your favorite song, right?
And you know the words.
Actually start knowing it. So like, all right, if I listen to this poem every day, it should be no reason why I can't remember it. I like about love. A lot of my poetry is just geared, mainly towards women and like everyday struggles that women go through, whether it's love or, I have a poem called Single Mothers. A lot of single parents, a lot of women who's been abused, things like that. Because a lot of women are ashamed to talk about stuff like that. So it's like me being their voice and speaking out about it. Be consistent, stay on it, and don't be afraid to step out of your element, because if you are comfortable, it's like you're going to be like, all right, well, I'll do this later, I'll do it later. It's like there is no later. You got to do it right then and there. Let people know who you are. Let people know what you're trying to do, what you have in your mind. No idea is a bad idea. Venture out and do everything, because you never know where poetry can take you a lot of places. So just don't be afraid. Anything can take you anywhere if you really want to put your mind to it. Just be ambitious and just do it. It definitely was Maya Angelou. Yeah, it was her. When I was younger, I used to read a lot of Langston Hughes poems, Nikki Giovanni. There's actually poets that are out now that I've saw. There's a group called Poets in Autumn. They do a tour like every year. They're actually Christian poets. So I think her name is Jeanette and Ezekiel. They do really good poetry. Like, they'll pack like a whole church out. So I'm like, wow, they doing this with poems, but they're like really good. They speak so powerful. So it's like, oh yeah, I like them a lot. In 5 years, I hope to hopefully have my own tour in 5 years. Like, I want to hopefully build a good team, a great team that I can have and take on the road with me, because I want to go all over. Like, I want to go overseas, and not even just with poetry. I just enjoy helping people. So any like places like Haiti or Africa, or any place that's had like disasters, I would like to go over there and just help. We didn't even know you could talk to people. It was like 3, and I would only talk to my sister. So they were like, she'll say, oh, Aliyah said this, Aliyah said that. Like, stop lying, she's not talking, she's not saying nothing. Until one day they actually caught me talking, and it was like, oh, you ain't gonna talk to Shanice?
You was probably blabbing your mouth, too.
Yeah, it was probably just going off, and they was like, oh, we're only gonna talk to your sister, and like, she literally taught me to do everything. Like, she potty trained me. And mind you, we're not even that far apart. She's like only like 10 months older than me. What did Shanice say, or what did Aliyah say? And then we kind of just look at each other like, oh, y'all not gonna tell me because y'all like this. I know y'all not gonna tell me.
Right.
I just want to be remembered by the things that I've done, whether it be something as small as helping the homeless, or just lending a hand with something that somebody needed. I just really enjoy helping people, and I just want to be remembered by the person that just helped everybody. If I could do anything to help, that's what I want to do. I would say ambitious. Like, anything that I said I want to do or that I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to do it. Like, I've always wanted to get on the stage and recite my poetry. But I've always just been so nervous and scared, so I kind of like just stayed in my own little bubble. The only people that knew that I wrote poetry was like close friends, close family. But like getting on stage for the first time this year, I believe it was like in January, it was like, I really want to do this now.
Did you mess up?
I wasn't planning on doing it. Like, I was literally in the bed with my son, and my friend, he calls me like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm laying in the bed. He's like, all right, well, get up and come sign up for this open mic. I'm like, at the time, it's like I had literally nothing memorized. Like, I had poems, but I had nothing memorized. So imagine an open mic about to go down in like 3 hours and you trying to remember a poem. So it's like, I did mess up, but everybody was like, go ahead, girl, keep on going, keep on going. So I was just like, I finished, I got through it, and it was like, I'm going to keep doing this. Like, I got to keep doing it. So
even though you messed up, it was still...
Even though I messed up, it still was just a good feeling to get up there and have people just be so supportive that didn't even know me. So it was like, if they could do this and they don't even know me, just imagine how much better it would feel if I did it and was great at it. And everybody's like, oh, yes, girl, go ahead. So I'm like, all right, keep doing it. I'm going to keep practicing. And ever since then, I've been... performing different places. I actually had my own show back in March. I believe that was my first show, and it turned out really well. I did a show in Virginia last month. I realized I was good. I was probably like 9, and I wrote a song. Like, my little sister, she really liked to sing. I could sing a little bit, but like she really liked to sing. So me and my older sister, we tried to make like a little singing group, and I wrote a song for all of us to sing. So we like performed it in front of my mom and my dad. My dad was like, who wrote this? I was like, me. He's like, oh, that was really right.
Bye.
He's like, that was just really, he was just like, it was really good. And like my mom used to always tell me about how my dad was always to write poems and stories and stuff for her. I'm like, oh, well, that's where I get it from. So it was just kind of good to see that he was like, he liked it. I be knowing exactly what I want to say. Sometimes I don't know how to like put it into words, but when I finally get into words, I'm like, all right, I know what parts to like really like jump out at people so that they'll remember it, or they'll hear me like, okay. So it's like I just kind of keep listening to it, or I'll write it down and then figure out what parts to take out, what parts I want to put back in, or just kind of tweak it so that I can say it and people can really hear it and be impacted by it. So I do have some videos like on my page on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram at Aliyah Michelle Poetry, that's ALIYAH Michelle Poetry, no underscores or anything. You'll see everything on there, and sometimes I even just put up poems, short stories, little quotes I might think of here and there. So shout out all my friends, family, everybody that's been supporting me, anybody that came out to a show, anybody who's ever just sent like a helpful phone call, text message, gave me any type of encouragement, because this is something I feel like I probably should have been doing, but I was just so scary. But now that I'm kind of being a little more outspoken, I just appreciate anybody who ever gives me any type of encouragement. The name of the poem is called I Cried For You. So I cried for you last night. I hate to be emotional, but I thought about you all night long. I curled up in a ball, the tears began to fall, and I cried for you. The anniversary of your death is approaching. All month long I've been praying and hoping for the strength to get by just like any other day, but that day constantly replays. No pause or fast forward, so with all the strength I have, I go towards it until the day comes and I break down. January is a month that I hate now. All the holidays and birthdays you can't make now, and the pain that I'm feeling I can't fake now. And I know I'm being selfish, so I apologize to you. I want to see your face, but reminiscing is all that I can do. I just want to hold your hand, I want to follow you. I want you to hold me, wipe my tears, and do the things that fathers do. But that'll never happen. Please tell me what am I to do. I had a dream we were in heaven, and I was standing right beside of you. And then I woke up and didn't see you. That's when I cried for you.
That okay. That was bars. Yeah. Bars.